A 23-year-old Jamestown man is facing charges after a crash near Spiritwood Lake over the weekend.
The driver of the vehicle is identified as 23-year-old Andrew Warnica. North Dakota Highway Patrol says early Saturday morning, Warnica was driving on 25th Street when he crossed 94th Avenue Southeast. They say his vehicle left the road and ended up crashing in a farm field.
Warnica was not hurt, but the passenger sustained minor injuries with him. Troopers say they left the scene and made no attempt to even report that crash. Warnica was later located and arrested for actual physical control and charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving personal injury.